all defensive backfield coaches. So that's what I wanted to do, and that was his path.
I give the Rooneys a lot of credit. You bring this young guy in, doesn't have that much experience. Give him the reins, and it's worked out for a decade and a half. 2nd and 10.
Look out.
And that is batted and up in the air, and it winds up in the hands of Cam Sutton. Cam Hayward batted it in the air, Cam to Cam.
I told you he's having one of the best years of any player in the National Football League. This is his 6th batted pass of the season, and by far the biggest. Shoots it straight up in the air, and then the other Cameron Sutton's going to come over and make a diving play on this one. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, in the most bizarre ways, a block kick, a tip pass, are right back in this football game.
And Sutton gets shaken up on the play, but he gets up now. They take him out. And this could be a penalty.
I think it's
on Storm Norton.
A little helmet to helmet on that hit. Of course, he had to touch him down. He didn't have to helmet him down. And wouldn't you know it, that Cameron Hayward, when you least expect it, he had a penalty on the other end. He chased down that play. He's been everywhere tonight, but no question, the play of the night. He's the one superstar left standing on this defense. Here comes the hit right there.
Could have been a call, but they didn't make. They call him. There's no flag. So it's at the 11-yard line. Can get a first without a touchdown. 1st and 10 at the 11. Balaj is the running back, but they set him up in the slot. Going empty here, and Roethlisberger to the end zone, and incomplete for Claypool. Any flag is thrown on that play in the offensive backfield.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 97, defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Joey Bosa makes it a 1st down and goal.
We saw frustration out of Hayward. Now we're seeing some frustration, I think, out of Bosa. Completely unnecessary, and it hurts.
And that's 12 penalties against the Chargers tonight for 75 yards. From the 5 on a 1st and goal. Roethlisberger, that pump fake, and then over the middle into a lot of traffic. Dangerous, intended for Balaj. 2nd and goal. Michelle.
Najee Harris is being evaluated for a concussion, went back to the locker room, so he is not on the field right now, guys.
So Harris is back there. That means you got Benny Snell and Kalen Balaj. As you look at Hayward, seeing if his big play can be paid off and tie the game.
I think you have to consider this 4 down territory here, right?
4:28, probably. That's caught on the outside and taken in by Freiermuth for the touchdown. Pat Freiermuth on his way to the end zone. And a Boswell extra point will make it 34-all.
And watch Schutz Okorafor come out and make this block. This is potentially a game-winning block on the edge out there by their big offensive tackle and probably best pass protector.
Boswell knocks it.
Unbelievable.
Well, it's Sunday night.
Why not?
We've had a few of these. Had a little respite the last couple of weeks, but we're back with high drama.
Oh, my goodness. Here's Cameron Hayward. Shot off his helmet, straight up in the air, and then followed up by Cam Sutton with a brilliant catch. Oh, my goodness. The Pittsburgh Steelers, you just cannot kill them. No matter what, they won't go away. We had everything but Renegade coming out of here.
Well,
wow.
If they win this one, it'll be, you forget after the tie last weekend, you're going, what was that all about? The tie against Detroit, but this would be if they win this one, a 6-game unbeaten streak.
And let's not underestimate what Ben Roethlisberger is doing. He was sick as a dog a week ago, goes through all the COVID testing, all the protocols, barely comes out the other end, and here he is with no practice, putting on a show.
Back to Michelle again.
Yeah, this drama really began, Chris and Al, a week ago. He was shocked when he tested positive for COVID. Had a fever, a cough, was so exhausted. But he had a breakthrough case, as did his dad, by the way. Both guys are vaccinated. No one else in the family tested positive. He had to drive to the facility every day to test. His first negative result was early Friday morning. Took the next one, as he told us, as early as possible Saturday. Was at home helping homeschool the kids who couldn't go to school. Big week, tough week.
And now that he's already had it, he has a 90-day vacation, as he said, from testing. And that is juggled and then lost. Is it a catch or not? No, they say. So they get a break there because Cook was there. Schobert knocks him down. 2nd down and 10. Incomplete.
Big drops by these tight ends out here tonight. And Jared Cook is a very sure-handed guy. That was easy. He just took his eyes off of it and turned up the field. And I tell you, Justin Herbert now, he is going to be tested.
2nd and 10. Pittsburgh's erased a 14-point deficit. Herbert under pressure, and down he goes. Alex Highsmith coming in, number 56. And now it feels like Heinz Field.
They finally got the one-on-one against Storm Norton on the outside. Their best pass rusher left. Alex Highsmith with a great spin move, and there you go.
3rd and 15, and a timeout is called here. The Chargers got to the line. Steelers weren't ready. The Chargers wanted to run a play as fast as they possibly could. And Tomlin takes the timeout.
Can you believe this? It all started with that block punt, didn't it? That just, you could just feel the energy shift inside this building. And 24 points now in the 4th quarter for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
17-10 was the halftime score. Got to 24-10. Last 4 Steeler drives have been field goal, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
The Chargers, one of the very best teams on 3rd and very long situation. The Steelers, one of the best defenses in this situation.
Strength against strength. They sent 4. Herbert fires. That's going to be caught. And that is going to be close to a 1st down. Cook. Where are they going to spot it? I mean, this is very interesting.
Just short.
Yep. Well, Staley loves to go for it on 4th down. Will he?
I think you have to in this situation. Let's take a look. I think it was short, but you have one of the best teams in football in these 3rd and 4th and 1s as well, and a monster of a quarterback in Justin Herbert.
And a monster of a call here. So Staley loves to go for it on 4th down. Won a game earlier this year going for it on a 4th and 9. Eckler is the running back. It's 4th and inches. Eckler. And no. Joe Schobert right in the middle of it. And they turn it over at the 34-yard line.
There he goes, and they don't get the down block from the outside. They worried about Cameron Hayward, but he was not the guy that made the play. They go unblocked to Schobert. Calamete did not get down. Instead, he focused on the guy that he knew was so dangerous in Cameron Hayward. And sometimes it is just a presence of a great player that makes a difference in the game.
And with your kicker, Boswell, you're already in field goal range here. Again, Harris back in the locker room. Balaj is the back.
And everyone,
Fake to him and intended for Claypool, a little behind him. Covered by Campbell. 2nd down and 10. 3:40 left in the 4th.
And there are going to be opportunities. That was a rare time that we saw a single high safety out of this Chargers defense, which basically means one-on-one opportunities on the outside. Now 2nd and 10, you probably don't get it again, but they had a chance there.
And you saw that graphic You're down by 17 in the fourth. You're 0 for a million. 2nd and 10. Which most teams would be. From the 34-yard line. Roethlisberger fires. Washington will get taken out of bounds. 7-yard gain. Drew Tranquil makes the tackle. It's 3rd down and 3.
And this is such a huge play now for the Chargers. They have to be able to get the ball back to their offense. You let them pick up this 1st down and keep milking the clock.
Clock stopping here. You go out of bounds inside 5 minutes in the second half. They stop it. 3:34. 3rd and 3. Five defensive backs. They go 3 wide in a bunch, and Roethlisberger is going to take a timeout.
Well, analytics are a big part of every decision that is made, and no doubt about it, for Brandon Staley, he knew what was going on. The chance of winning the game, 53%. Convert it, it jumps to 62 if they're stopped, 32 if you punt it, 49. So pretty even distribution right there. I was a little surprised they didn't use their big quarterback there to try and pick that one up, but I tell you, if you give the Pittsburgh Steelers a chance in the amount of time it takes to turn around and hand the ball off, I feel like I've just seen that too many times, you know, where they get some penetration from somebody and there they are.
It's a recurring movie. 3rd and 3. Punt fake, hit as he throws, and that's incomplete. Joey Bosa put the heat on, and what do we have here? A penalty flag downfield at the 6-yard line. Ball looked like it was uncatchable as it turned out. Little conference going on.
There's no foul for defensive pass interference on the play. The pass was uncatchable.
Yeah, pass was well short. Roethlisberger was under pressure that time. So in comes Boswell now. He's had a tremendous season, and he will attempt about a 45-yard field goal.
We get on officials when they blow calls.
Yeah,
they got that one
That was
right.
good, yeah. Harvin to hold it from 45 out to give him the lead, and the kick is good. So the Pittsburgh Steelers have taken the lead, erasing a 14-point deficit when the period started. 37-34.
And sometimes you have to be perfect in your execution on special teams, and so far tonight Danny Smith's squad has done very, very well. That was a big field goal under tremendous pressure, and now the pressure shifts. Now we know what is going to happen, because Justin Herbert, they built a franchise around him. There's Danny Smith. They built this franchise around one guy. They think that he has the greatness of anybody you want to name, including Patrick Mahomes, whoever you want to talk about. This guy has all those characteristics. And now an opportunity on a national stage to show them.
Don't want to short shrift the Steelers. They were down by 17 when the quarter began. Herbert. A little pep talk on the sideline because he comes out now from the 25-yard line. A little fourth quarter recap. You have the block punt here. This came after there was offsetting penalties on the prior punt. They did it again. Harris goes in for the touchdown. They made that pay off. Then you got Eckler going into the end zone, but back on the Steelers with Ebron. And then the batted pass by Hayward winding up in Sutton's hands. Roethlisberger winds up hitting Freiermuth. And here goes Herbert to work here. And he's under pressure again, but he does get it off to the tight end. That's Parham. picks up about 5 to the 30. Tackled by Wormley. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, so first down on the prior play with all that energy. They went bootleg. They go screen here, and both of them end up working. So it's really going to be a lot of pressure now on Storm Norton on the right side of this offensive line going up against Alex Highsmith. That's the matchup they have to win.
Highsmith 56. Does the job this time. Throws. Eckler. There goes Eckler again. Eckler almost to midfield at the 47-yard line. Tackled by Bush. Norton did the job that time on Highsmith. First down.
I tell you, for inside linebackers, this is the toughest assignment of all. A back coming right through the middle of the line of scrimmage. Somebody as talented as Austin Eckler, and you've got to try and pick him up one-on-one when he makes that move. Man coverage right there, and that's the matchup that he's going to have to win tonight.
120 scrimmage yards for Eckler tonight. Herbert fires open, making the grab. Mike Williams down the sideline. High steps his way in for the touchdown. What a game this is. That's 53 yards. Mike Williams, big play Mike, who hasn't had a touchdown in over a month.
Just a huge mistake by the Pittsburgh Steelers. They had a slot blitz, and both defensive backs that were remaining reacted to the inside guy. They thought they were going to get an interception, and instead they give up a huge touchdown.
And a big extra point to make it more than a field goal that the Steelers would need. Hopkins. He gets it, and LA is on top 41-37.
So you're going to get a safety up here, and you're going to get a slot blitz coming right there. No problem. They're playing a deep defense behind it. You can't get burned on that defense. But both defensive backs, that time Cameron Sutton and the safety Trey Norwood, are going to react, trying to get a trap interception coming in that way. And they completely leave free Mike Williams. And for the first time, you really feel Minkah Fitzpatrick's absence in this game, because that is just a killer mistake that would have never happened with Fitzpatrick in the game.
This is one of those games where when they tell you, can you recap the game for those just tuning in, I would go, for those just tuning in, too bad.
I would have said nope. Oh boy.
.209. Pittsburgh has used 2 timeouts. So they're down to their last one. And assuming this run back ends or touchback for the 2-minute warning. We'll get the second one here, but we'll get the 2-minute warning and 1 timeout. Okay, back down we go to Michelle again.
Well, Najee Harris has made his return. He is out on the field in his helmet, obviously, and he went back, got checked for a concussion, and was clear now.
There he was. Yep, he went to the tent, then he went to the locker room, and back he comes.
He almost pushed the doctor down when he came out on the field to check on him, and then he had a pretty good argument on the sideline, but he did what they said. He went through the protocols, and here he is. And now with him flanking out as a receiver, that's a big difference. Now you almost have to treat him like he is a wide receiver.
5 receivers in this set going empty. On the 25-yard line. 4-man rush. Ben under pressure, and Ben's going to get sacked. And that's going to take us with Fackrell, Tyler Fackrell, sacking him to the 2-minute warning after a big sack here and setting up a second down and long, 2nd and 18 when we come back on the other side of the break. And there is no break. We've got all the commercials we need. They're done. Over.
All right, well, let's watch the inside move for the sack here then. We're just going to power our way right through and come up with a monster sack when they needed it most. They were playing all kinds of games on the other side with Bosa stunning that way. And of course, you're going to get all the attention. Once you get Bosa blocked, you go, okay, we're good.
So week 11, another crazy week. Jonathan Taylor, 5 TDs in the regular season against the team #1 in points allowed. Fabulous year for him. Close games, 22 or 23 this season. Final play, which is crazy. It's like 2 a week. Patriots, of course, on top in the East as Buffalo loses today. Got thrashed by Indy. That's the old days.
Some late runners for sure. New England, and keep an eye on the Colts. They lost 2 overtime games, or goodness gracious, the streak they'd be on right now. 7, 8 games, something like that.
Second down at 18. On the 17-yard line. Look out again! And a huge sack by Joey Bosa. And that'll make it 3rd and 1,000,000. 11-yard sack. It's going to be 3rd down and 29.
I'll tell you, give Ronaldo Hill, the defensive coordinator, some credit on this one. They have been moving Bosa inside, and it has turned this game. It really has. That's where this pressure has been created.
There he is over the right tackle. They send 4. Ben out of the end zone fires, and that's incomplete. Try to go to Johnson. Good coverage. 4th and 29. And Johnson starts to limp.
There's Bosa inside, and when you put a guy that can rush the passer like that over a guard, you can go back through Super Bowl history and remember lessons on that. That is a tough assignment for those big guys inside.
3 sacks, 2 of them back-to-back. Put Cody White, a receiver, in the game, number 15. 4th and 29.
Claypool, a great jump ball guy.
Meanwhile, now on top of it, you got to delay a game.
Delay of game, number 7, offense. Half the distance to the goal, 4th down.
Well, that makes it 4th and 32. So the Steelers, to prolong the game, would have to get to the 35-yard line. They're at the 3. And the Chargers have 6 defensive backs lined up at least 17 yards from the line of scrimmage. And that's going to pretty much end it right there. So the Chargers want to just make sure you don't have a defensive foul. And in a crazy Sunday night, well, why not? I mean, let's face it. Houston beat Tennessee today, right? Anything could happen.
Your Chargers are fun to watch. I'll say that.
People are going to say it's not like that. You know what I like about this team through the years is that, especially now in Los Angeles, and I said it before, that's entertainment. In this town, and I know pretty well here, you don't just have to win. You have to win and be very entertaining.
And you need a rock star leading the way. And they currently have a rock star. There is just no doubt about it. I understand this was an undermanned Pittsburgh Steelers defense out here, but I have seen enough. I know enough about talent when I see it. He can do it all, and he won this game as much with his legs tonight as he did his arms.
Yes, he did. 92 rushing yards, 382 passing yards, and a frustrated Steeler team that made a tremendous comeback, took the lead, had the Chargers on the ropes, and then that play to Mike Williams was a dagger. And the sacks.
It really was. They brought pressure, but then almost acted like it was going to be one of those trap coverages on the outside, and both defensive backs that were left over there both converged on the inside guy and completely left the swing guy down the boundary wide open. It's just one of those mistakes that I'm telling you, no way that happens if you have Minkah Fitzpatrick back there.
Steelers out of timeouts. One more kneel down will end it. And the Chargers will stay right on Kansas City's heels. They go to Denver next week. And Pittsburgh will take on the Bengals, who got healthy again today by beating Vegas.
And sometimes as a franchise, you have one of those moments, right? They had a chance to give this game away. They really did. And yet their young superstar quarterback in Justin Herbert came up with the play to win it.
Don't forget the running back who had 4 touchdowns tonight, Eckler. Bosa, you name it. Derwin James.